Hello everyone and welcome to this book review. Today I'm gonna review May Frightner's book Russian Roulette, and this was another book that I really enjoyed reading, and it had lots of elements of blood and vampires. Now, like many of books I read, I find that telling you anything about them feels like you're ruining the plot and give a lot of spoilers. So especially for this book as well, which has kind of unique elements, I have to say, if you keep listening, it may be a spoiler to much that happens in the book, but I'm going to try not to do too much. So this is about Helena. She has a good friend called Laura, and they are beginning school, and they also have a very good friend called Andrew, who is very much into Helena. And I wished we would have seen more of Andrew, but he actually gets into a state where he cannot be seen, and I hope maybe in future books we will see more of him. But this book is focused on Helena, and actually her guardian angel Michael, and that she can only see, and that on a quite crazy adventure, which she probably shouldn't have, and I can't see why he did, took her to a place where you can see the sort of the chords or the strings of the souls, and how they connect to each other to make soulmates and such, which is a very interesting take on how soulmates are bound, and how sort of different creatures have different colored strings. And unfortunately there is this mistake, and she gets linked to a vampire, which is when everything kicks off and the worst thing in her life happens, which is not very good for her. The intrigue, the conflict is there. It feels like she ends up in a situation where she can't control why she's there from this point, and you know, there is little possibility for her to escape it. So much so that, in fact, sometimes I'm wondering, is there a point of carry on reading, because she is dead. I've struck her off. She can't possibly get out of this. But that is the amazing things of being an author. You can obviously write her out of the situation as well as you write her into it. So carrying on reading, very excited to find out how she would get on. She is linked to Lucien, who is a very interesting character, where it's very borderline, is he going to fall in love with her or not? And the May Frightner really keeps the tension between them sort of pulled to each other and apart, and they have the bond, and then he doesn't care because he's lived so many years and he's seen so many women, although he never seemed really interested, but obviously is it the bond or is it Helena herself that sort of intrigues him? Very, very well done with that sort of chemistry, although as a romantic I just felt like, come on, you know, can they find each other? And what I do appreciate with this story as well is that they both Helena and Lucien has very good friends that you actually see and, you know, get the communication of. So well, especially Lucien has Alex, who seem to do anything for him and go into any battle and any fight, if it is because of this, the thrill of the fight, or just because he's such a good friend, is to be debated. But you know, it's good to see that sort of relationship, because it gives that interaction to learn the characters on a, you know, more personal level. So that was very good as well. They are obviously up against the council, the coven that rules vampires, and the setup is quite like Twilight in that sense, where the coven, the council controls or try to control most things, and Lucian not being very, you know, easy to control, but they try. And I think they might have found a way around maybe doing it, but that is to be seen in next book. But yeah, a very good performance. The language flows obviously very nicely. It is a bit more in depth when it comes to emotions and describing, you know, especially from Helena's point of view on the tricky situation she is in. So you can really read the detail of how she's suffering. That could be either you like that or you find that a bit too emotional. But overall I found this a very good book, and I hope you pick it up and support May Frightener in her writing journey. So let me know what you think if you read this book in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. And as always, I wish you a very good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!